Hey everyone, thank you so much for the response I've been getting with my first few videos. I'm really happy that you guys are watching them. Even if it's only one or two people, I'm still happy that the content that I'm making is making people happy. So, how about I show you a way that I make myself happy? And that is by playing my favorite daily game, Pokemon Friends. No, I'm not kidding. I genuinely like this game. And I feel like all the reception that it's gotten is kind of overblown a bit. The people who were reviewing this game didn't review the game correctly. Because it's a daily game. It's not a play once all the way through kind of game. You don't play Wordle again and again and again and again. You play it once a day. That's what Pokemon Friends is meant to be. I mean, sure, yeah, the puzzles were... Could you even call them puzzles at the start? But right now, the game's puzzles are kind of challenging. So, here is my review on Pokemon Friends, the underrated daily game that everyone didn't give a chance. Pokemon Friends is a daily game that can be played more than once a day. It's a bit complicated, but basically the free model of the game, where you get a small, limited number of levels, is daily. One set of 3 puzzles a day. You're able to replay the puzzles that you played that day in order to help you get better at them later on in the future. But for the most part, 1 puzzle a day. The expanded version of the game that let you play more than 1 set of puzzles a day started at $10 and went all the way up to $40. The game was then shadow dropped after the Pokemon Present showcase, and content creators rushed in order to be the first ones to make videos on it. And the immediate reception of the game was... it was not good, with many people criticizing the pacing of the game, the constant stop-start nature of it, and the gacha element that held you back from completing certain quest lines in the game. These reviews were of the paid version, which let people play the game more than once a day, because that way they could get a review out in a timely manner, rather than waiting a month in order to get their review out. Well, it's over a month later, and I really like this game. I will admit, at the beginning of it all, it was very easy, with the puzzles looking very simplistic and something that my cousin, who was 6 years old, would have no problem solving. However, as I progressed with the game each day, after every single plushie pull from the gacha machine, the puzzles started to get harder and harder. And wait, I ran out of time? Are these puzzles hard? It was at this moment I knew Pokemon Friends was kind of fun. It brings back memories of me on my DS playing Dr. Kawashima's Brain Training. Sure, the puzzles started off easy, but now they're getting harder. They're starting to match my level. I can no longer just look at a puzzle and immediately solve it. And just for proof that I have actually been playing this game for well over a month, here is my calendar, with a stamp on it for each day that I've done a puzzle. Anyways, what exactly happens when you complete puzzles? Considering that's the main crux of the game. Well, after completing puzzles, you earn yourself yarn. Yarn can come in a wide variety of different elements, including fire, grass, water, and normal. This yarn can be regular, or it can be sparkling. Sparkling yarn gives you an increased odds of getting 2 plushes from 1 ball of yarn. After completing these puzzles, you can bring the yarn that you earned to the gacha machine, where you have a choice. You can either roll in order to try to get a new plush for your collection, or you can use recipes from your previous plushes to make duplicates, which you'll need for the game's story. The story in Pokemon Friends isn't anything too remarkable. It's as simple as use the plushies that you've earned in order to complete the quests. You level up and you unlock more of the world as you continue to give away your plushies. And yeah, that's pretty much the story for Pokemon Friends. There's no trading, there is no battling. Two major mechanics of the Pokemon games. Which, as much as it hurts to not have them in a Pokemon game, it's kinda understandable why they're not included in Pokemon Friends. And as you can see, if you play the free model of the game, you get blocked off very, very quickly. This character requires 2 specific Pokemon in order to continue on with the quests. And unfortunately, I only have 1 of them. So my options as a free player is that I need to wait until I get 2 plain yarns before I can trade for another Wooloo. Or I can risk them for the tiny chance that I get a Wooloo in return. So free-to-play players, unfortunately, are at a disadvantage with Pokemon Friends. Which is why, as of recording this video, I made the purchase. I can't say too much into it. You're gonna have to give me another month before I give a full thoughts on the paid experience for Pokemon Friends. However, the new puzzles that I have played so far have been very fun and welcome additions. I didn't get the full $40 pack, I only got the $10 beginner's pack. But wait a minute, I'm giving all these criticisms and yet I said I enjoyed the game. Well, yeah. Despite everything, the horrible gacha, the terrible story, the only being able to play 1 set of puzzles a day, I really enjoy Pokemon Friends. It's a fun little thing for me to do first thing in the morning or late in the evening when I just have a moment or two to myself. I just pull out my phone and instead of playing Wordle or Guess the Game or some other daily game, I play Pokemon Friends. The puzzles, like I said, are getting challenging and I'm starting to actually have to think. I'm finally getting the aha moments that they were wanting to advertise this game with. However, again, this is the free-to-play experience. Would I, off just first impressions, have paid anything for Pokemon Friends? And the answer is no. I would not have paid for Pokemon Friends. I'm glad the Pokemon Company made Pokemon Friends free for people to try out. Because if they didn't do that, I would have never played this game. And I'll be honest, they got me. As much as I hate to admit it, they got me. So please, try out Pokemon Friends. Not the paid version. I do not advertise the paid version, but the free version. If you don't care about the story or the gacha, and just play the puzzles as a daily game, you'll start to see what I see. That this game isn't half bad. Not to mention, it has no ads, which for a mobile game in this day and age is pretty good. I know it's the Pokemon Company and it's a very low bar, but I'm still happy that they cleared the low bar. And that's why I'm giving Pokemon Friends free to play 1 month later a review score of 7 out of 10. The story sucks, the gacha sucks, but the daily puzzles are the thing that keep drawing me back into this game. I know there's probably another million games just like this out there. And by posting this video, I'm probably going to get a floodgates of comments telling me that it is just a ripoff of so-and-so mobile game. And if that's the case, all I can say is, please let me know. I really like these daily puzzles and I wouldn't mind doing a few more. So, that's my review of Pokemon Friends 1 month later. Real quick, before I go, I'm currently in the middle of collecting Pokemon cards. more specifically, Pokemon set Stellar Crown. And currently, I'm only 2 cards away from finishing the set. I'm not looking for any alt arts, I'm just looking for a base. One of each of the 142 Pokemon. So, every day, for a few days at the very least, I'm going to be opening up packs of Stellar Crown. Considering I'm not really caring that much for alt arts, unless it's Terapagos EX because I love that little guy, I'm going to be giving them away at local events. So, this is today's pack. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe for more.